So without further ado, please clap it up, show your love and appreciation for Styles P.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Hey, yo, this dope, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm excited.
How y'all feel today? Love is love.
Probably don't want me to tell you this, but Styles P on injury reserve.
I made it though. It's
So
all
we give
good.
thanks that this man come in here. So we really appreciate it, man. All right, so I really want to get into it, right? I want to talk about the importance of being a student of your body in the process of losing weight in a healthy way and keeping the weight off in a healthy way, right? So early in your journey, which I refer to as like you're a zealot stage, you know, when you get healthy, you're super militant and wild.
For sure.
What were some of the biggest mistakes you made when changing your eating habit?
I think everyone believes vegan lifestyle is healthy, period. And I totally believe I'm not vegan, first of all. I say I'm plant-based because I eat plants. I smoke them too, but I eat plants. Vegans don't wear leather, they don't eat honey, but a vegan or plant-based lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, I think a lot of people believe when you go plant-based or vegan is automatically healthy. And it's not, because processed plant-based food will help hurt you as well as regular processed food. So I believe you have to have an idea. Just in general, most of us, point blank period, don't really think about the inside of our body as much as we think about the outside of our body. And even when you pick up a soda or juice, when it says 17% juice, do you ever think about what the other 83% is? And these are things we don't do enough. So I believe the lifestyle of eating, period. I don't try to push plant-based lifestyle on people, on everybody. If you choose to do it, it's for you. What I do push is balance, is living a balanced lifestyle. So if you ate bull crap today, make sure you eat healthy tomorrow. Drink some water, eat some fruits, eat some veggies, push forward, sweat, stretch. Because the bottom line is we're in America, and unless you're growing your own food, somehow you're eating screwed up stuff. Pardon my French, but so it's just really about maintaining some sort of balance and making a list of like, what am I doing and what am I not doing. And I believe a lot of people, especially your first few years of going plant-based, you're obnoxious. It's like a religion. You want everybody to be plant-based, and it's judgmental. A lot of people, I think it would be more plant-based people if people weren't so judgmental and obnoxious about eating the plant. And then I think another thing we don't think about with the food we eat is energy. Energy is all in this room, all across the world. Everything's energy based. So if you don't know where the cow you ate last night, you don't know where it's from, you don't know what country it's from, you don't know whether it was grown, a baby cow, you don't know if it was ripped from the mother, you don't know if it was happy. And when you consume that, you're consuming the energy as well. So that's what's important about the balance. I'm not telling all y'all to run out and be plant-based, but you have to be mindful of the energy that you're consuming, because these foods have a lot of toxic ingredients in them, to say the least.
I'm glad you brought up the point of the behavior early on, because I was one of those. I do apologize to anyone who I did. I said it was super hard when I started eating. My wife could attest to that. So next thing I want to ask, bro, is that what's up with the emotional eating? Emotional eating. Did you experience that? Or do you still experience that?
I think a lot of people do. I think unless you have a structure of what you're doing in life, that's kind of natural. And then also I believe the emotional eating comes part of the ingredients they put in the food, which we was talking about earlier. So a lot of us don't know, like when you're going to, I don't want to name any places, but just say you're going to certain restaurants. If you was feeling bad, just say if you was feeling bad and you run a marijuana, alcohol, cocaine, whatever it is you do, the same thing happens with food. the same thing happens with food. So a lot of us get our comfort from what we immediately do a lot out of the day, and that's mostly eating. So emotional eating is a thing, but I believe it should be emotional, intelligent eating is what we have to incorporate in our lifestyle. So I believe that happens to a lot of people, but I think once you kind of just get on a path and on a journey and understand that you're on a journey of just trying to treat your body right and live well and not be too harsh on yourself if you backslide or fall off, and just say day by day, I just want to feel a little better and have a balanced diet. I believe that's the change that's needed, because if you think about it, for me personally, I always said I had some sort of chemical imbalance. I wasn't really sure what it was, but I knew I was too much of in a good position to continue to be wild and to continue to operate off of ego and pride. Then I had to ask myself, why am I doing that? Like, what's happening? And then I had to come up with my own conclusions that it has something to do with what I was putting in my body. Like, until I started living a life of juicing, even as a professional rapper, I would go outside and I have 2 straps on me. I'm willing to beat you down. I got a bat, a knife. And I had to say, what's exactly causing me to be like this? And not to just say it's the food altogether and blame it on the food, but ego, pride mixed with chemical imbalance, and depending on where you at, that's a horrible combination and a horrible mix, and you may not get control over it. Now, it doesn't happen to everyone, but a lot of youth in the hood would feel better, which is why we have the juice bars in the hood to say, all right, let's cut out the fast food a little bit and put some fruits, veggies in our body, and then also get to be around people that are like-minded, that are thinking like us and working on being better, working on pushing forward to be the best, their best selves. And I believe that that'll put you in a different bracket of thinking and reacting and acting. So
you started working on the physical health, right? And the mental health is the key component for the physical health. At what part of your journey now did you realize you had to start working on the mental health?
I believe health goes all in hand. I believe mental health, physical wealth, and spiritual wealth and health all go hand in hand. It's the trifecta. So if you feel physically better, you start to feel mentally more clear. And if you're mentally more clear, then your spirit gets more intact. So it's like, if you look at social media today, right? And think about it, there's a total stranger who will hop on your page and say something incredibly foul to you. Now, when you start thinking about it, I look at it like this. This is a person who doesn't feel good about themselves, but hasn't accepted the fact that they don't feel good about themselves. So you become the reflection or the image or a punching bag, because they don't know how to tell themselves, I don't feel good about me. I don't like myself. I don't like where I'm at. So I believe those 3 are totally connected. Those are totally connected. Like, if you exercise and you go out for a good run, or have a good day in the gym, you feel great. You see your homies, it transfers that energy. It's like, yo, what's up, bro? How you feeling? You good? Love is love. Now, if I don't feel good about myself and I feel down, I might just, what's up, bro? Yeah. So I think how you eat and how you think plays part in how your spirit moves.
And I wanted to ask you, man, I was talking to another brother during the interview, and we spoke about mental health being taboo in the Black community, right? Why do you think it's still a taboo topic?
I don't think it's taboo as much as it used to be. Because before, I'm 49, I'll be 50 next month. When I was coming up, thank you. When I was coming up, it was, that nigga's crazy. It was just, that was the only thing they said about you. If you had some kind of mental health issue or condition, it went to automatically, that nigga's crazy. I don't think it's taboo. I think, I can't speak on behalf of our queens in here, but I can speak on behalf of Black kings. I don't think even most of us, you don't even break down what's going on with you to your best friend. Your closest people around with you, to you, I think just coming up in a certain area and coming up a certain way, used to just taking your problems on the chin, tucking them in the back, and unless you have a circle of friends that you're used to building with, those things don't come out. So for someone to go want to be willing and able to talk to a total stranger about their mental issues or going to therapy, I don't think it's taboo. I think it's uncomfortable for someone who hasn't even done that with people that they love, that's in their inner circle. If you're not talking to your brother, your uncle, your best friend, your cousin about your issues, how are you going to really want to go speak to someone you don't know? Which actually is easier than speaking to them. So I don't think it's taboo. I think it's just an idea of uncomfortability. But we're sitting here talking about it now, so it's not that taboo. So we are pushing forward and moving forward when it comes to the issue.
You brought up a great point in regards to that discomfort, in regards to, it's a very vulnerable experience when you talk to therapy. That's like one of the most vulnerable things that I've ever done, right? But I noticed is that, like, in my own self, I learned I was never taught to really trust anybody.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I think that's like one of the biggest hurdles in regards to, like, I'm sharing with you my deepest problems and my deepest issues. And I've never really done that before, but I need to do it if I to get better.
For sure. I think it's about finding someone you could talk to, and not only that, I think it's about doing things in your personal life for yourself, which will get you to that stage. Like, it's okay to cry. If you feel enraged, it's okay to go outside and throw boulders against other boulders. It's okay it all goes back to balance. Like, if you feel sad, then it's your duty to make sure you laugh at some point. Put on something funny. Go talk to somebody funny. Go enjoy a movie. Go do something that's gonna make you laugh or smile. Once you start having that balance within to say, all right, and not that anybody's perfect at it, and like I said, you're gonna backslide, you're gonna fall off. But if you have put it in your brain that, all right, I did it last night. I didn't really feel too great. I injured my knee. I wanted to do some things. I was kind of enraged at all that was going on, so I had to turn the TV off, put on 528 AC frequency, sit there, listen to it, breathe deep, and remind myself to get out my own head with, because the energy you putting out is the energy you're going to receive back. So if I keep thinking negative, down thoughts, that's exactly I'm going to stay in that realm. I'm going to stay in that pocket. So it's about having a balance to say, okay, it's okay to feel shitty. It's okay to not feel good. It's okay to have a rough day. It's okay to be in a mental place, but it's not okay to remain there. I always go back to a saying that my wife has said to me, and I always remember it. Don't break down, break open. You know what I mean? So you don't want to break down, you want to break open and get to the root cause of what's going on. You may get to it, you may not get to it, but if you continue to strive to say, here's where I'm at mentally, here's where I'm at physically, here's where I'm at spiritually, because if you feel good physically and mentally, but your spirit's not good, do you really feel good? If you feel good spiritually, but not mentally, and like, if you don't have the trifecta, you can't really say you actually feeling good. You may think that, but you have to learn how to have the trifecta. Like, because energy doesn't lie. A person can lie, but the energy is not going to lie at the end of the day. You can't lie to yourself about your own energy. So it's important to just keep in mind of doing things that's going to make you feel better and make your mind feel better, your heart feel better, your spirit feel better, and to know it's okay if it doesn't work, and to keep trying, but if you strive for it, then here that goes.
Now, I want to ask you too, I know you're a man that meditates, right?
Say that again?
So I know you're a man that meditates.
Yeah, yes I am.
So I got up on the meditation within like the last year, and it's been a game changer, bro.
Yes, it is.
So please share with the people listening in regards to how, or your experience, how things were open to you, and you saw things a little clearer because of meditation.
Well, there's a saying, praying is when you're talking to God. Meditation is when God's talking to you. So when you meditate and you get in a realm, you become kind of open to things flowing towards your way and feeling comfortable.
That connection stronger with the universe.
Yeah, that connection gets stronger. Like I'm a firm believer in manifestation, so I'm a firm believer in meditation because it's for years though too. Also, before I made a rhyme, I would have to get in the space of just kind of relaxing, laying down, being calm, and just letting the thoughts flow. And I feel when you meditate, your thoughts flow when the universe is talking back to you. And there's different ways of meditation. There's different forms of meditation. Don't feel discouraged if you can't stay focused. That happens to the best of us sometimes. I think it's about breathing, relaxing, and just working on being in tune with the universe to the best of your ability. But it does open up a certain amount of energy that makes you be able to cope with the world a little better. So if you don't know how to meditate, just close your eyes and just try to let the thoughts run out. Breathe deep. I tell people count the breaths. That's what I do. I take deep breaths. When I'm having a hard time, I count the breaths. So I'll start at 100, breathe deep, and just keep going down. It's going to be, by the time you get to the lower numbers, or even 50, you'll find yourself in a more relaxed state. So meditation is definitely something I suggest for everyone.
All right, and I don't want to use up too much time because I know you guys have a lot of questions, so I'll speak. I have one more question, right? I want to hear your idea on this. So, you're a legend with the Locks.
Yes, sir.
And you're a legend in the soul field, right?
Thank you.
Locks are one of the greatest music groups of all time.
Thank you.
Along with being one of the longest running music groups of all time.
Thank you.
You gonna be truthful with us?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You guys have experienced a lot of stuff in those 30 years, right?
For sure.
How have you said this earlier in an interview, and I watched an interview you did 18 years ago, and you mentioned about being happy for another brother.
Yeah.
I feel jealousy is killing a lot of black men, bro. Personally.
I believe so too.
Right? When did you learn to be happy for the success of another brother?
I gotta give that to my mom. I was raised to be happy for my people. It's not just my brothers. I'm happy for anyone that's doing that. You have to train your mind. That goes back to the energy. People aren't happy because they haven't conquered that spiritual level of saying, as the queens and the kings was up here saying, when you're in Western civilization, we're taught that money and materialistic things are kind of a high achievement, but to give to others is really the gift. To feel spiritually well is really the gift. To want to see your brothers do as good as you are doing, or even better, is the gift, because you can't take none of this shit with you anyway. And people get confused on that. I mean, I'm not a religious man, but I'm pretty sure in any good book they tell you paradise is up there in the next life. A lot of people are trying to get paradise in this life, which causes jealousy and envy when you see someone else with more than you. But really, if you have a roof over your head, I can tell you this because I lost a child. I've lost a child, a parent, a brother, close friends, family. There's nothing more valuable than your loved ones. There's not a watch they make, not a car they make, not an amount of money that's more valuable than your actual loved ones. If I told everybody right now, I give you 10 million tomorrow, 10 billion tomorrow, but you gotta lose your loved ones, how are you gonna enjoy the money if you don't have any loved ones? So I think it's the idea of our idea of what success is and what's causing jealousy and envy. A lot of dudes don't know the treasure is right in front of them. You go home, you got a lady that loves you, got a kid that loves you, you got a brother that loves you, sister that loves you, friend that loves you, community that loves you. You're already wealthy. You're already wealthy in a way. You're spiritually wealthy. You may not be financially wealthy, but you are spiritually wealthy. If you woke up today, you are physically wealthy. You know what I mean? If you can think, put your thoughts together, you're mentally wealthy. So I think we're measuring wealth by the Western world's way, and I think you have to start recalculating what wealth is. And of course we all want money and we all want to feel okay and know we can pay our bills, but I think your true wealth is in your spirit.
Serious thing.